Let me get this game open. And let me get this to capture. There we go. Alright. Should probably test out chat again, like I always do. Good, I see it. Alright, we're gonna continue. Day 3 of episode 4, day 3. Okay. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You've been sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh. You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. God, ooh. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. I gotta remember the controls. December 27th, 10:35 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Oh god, so many voices I'm not doing. Right, leave it to me! Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Farmer didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Alright. That night, I was out in a boat on a lake. I don't know what voicing it. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Bro. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Alright, I think Q is press? Yes, good. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11, when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for?
What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get over with it.
Get it over with. Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12, yeah?
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
People use watches these days, Larry. Where did the sound come from?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know?
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked.
Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Oh, okay, no problem.
That's just the most important part of this case.
So, you only heard one bang, correct? That was weird when you said that.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Nick? It's pretty wishy-washy. It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
That...
okay. I'm about my lake. Looking for something. And... found it. Quietly slip back. I would assume it's the gunshots. That's the only thing that stands out. I don't. Oh God, it is. Oh, wait, I almost had it. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting the. Okay, well, I can't see the controls. Oh God, hold on. How do I get the size to be right? Is that the only? I swear there were more settings. Q is press, tab is present. I guess escape is options. So. Tab. Well, actually, it could be the.
Well, no. Wait, fired 3 times. That's not it, son of a bitch. Ugh, I'll just take the hit, I guess, because I don't want to go through everything. Son of a bitch. I should have saved when I started. Okay. How do I get out? This is the problem. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, now it decides to work. Now I can see everything. What the hell? Wait, but that was just after midnight. So it was 1 before and then 2 after. Wait a minute. So did he shoot the guy first at 11 something, then take him out on the boat and then toss the guy's jump into the lake with the guy's body and left the gun there? Whoever did this. Anyways. I don't know because this also supports. This is probably a mistake, but let's try this. Okay, we fucked up. I figured it was because when I think about it, he was a bit after 11, but not 11:50 yet, almost before 12. Load. Okay. Why is he sweating there? First off, why the hell is he sweating there? Second off, we don't have proof. Like, this is a sus thing, but we don't have the way he's acting, but we don't have proof. We don't have a fucking milliliter of proof. Article saying we don't have proof saying that he didn't go home. So I don't know. I was looking at that. Man, this is whack because I don't fucking get what I'm supposed to contradict. We can't contradict that because that would ruin the whole thing. It wouldn't be this. Let's press it because I forgot what he said here. And around what time was that? Well, let's see. So I'm searching for an hour. Wait a minute! Why did I not see this? I don't remember this text. Because if it was an hour, he would have definitely been there for the shots. Okay, I did see this, the sundial thing. Okay, so I did see this, I just didn't pay enough attention. Why don't they make him add that to his testimony? The thing is, I try. I'm gonna try this, but I feel like I did try this. I don't remember. Yeah, no, go figure. It's gotta be the fucking gunshots. It's gotta be the fucking gunshots, man. It's gotta be the gunshots, because I can't think of anything else. It's gonna be this then. Oh my god! Why is that not it either? It's an obvious contradiction. He says there's one shot, just have to... Oh, wait. Wait a minute, so wait, he had... But then... I feel so stupid right now. It's probably because, like, this is working. I use all my brain juice at work. This was at 12. Maybe here he says single gunshot, but if so, that's fucking stupid. I want to do a lot of things. Aha! Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Eh?
Not sure? How can you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What?
Order! Order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio when with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue testimony?
No. Because if he doesn't, we can't point another flaw out. But if he does, we can. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to listening to an all-request show on the radio. See, I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
You were listening to your radio at high volume?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio? Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing this charade, whatever. I don't think that's what to press. What did he say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said to us? Oh, what possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point.
No! Because I think I remember something.
I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why.
We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Potts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when he said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. No, I didn't mean to say that. What the fuck? I think I know what the issue is already. Yay! Are getting places. We're not failing. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed, and?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. The photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera.
12:25. 15 past midnight. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day.
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the... What do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
It's simple, bitch. It fired 3 times. This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That the 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies.
Bah, you waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have any proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something?
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things?
Oh, it's this! Oh, it's this! Look at this photograph! This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Oh, God, excuse me. Sorry there, I was yawning. Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims.
Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ugh! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat were.
No, go get the hell out of here. Ban, bitch. Fucking ban. I'm so sick and tired of these fucking scammers. Piss off. The murderer in Hammond, Edgeworth, and the murder... Because I know this one. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all of this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right, it's... I know who it is, but there's these spoilers, I guess, in a way. Not like we're not gonna find out, though. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Bah! Again you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. Okay! Okay, so he went straight to it. That I don't remember. Good God. I needed that water. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place. Probably, I would say, at his shack. It would have to be, right? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way, he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Just, okay, bro? That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. Wait, but he wasn't playing music. He could still... This makes sense for what you were arguing before, sir. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
I mean, I guess.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. When he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then
who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright?
the boat shop caretaker. His face. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Gotta remember his voice. I think it was like a old man, but like yeehaw.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker...
Oh, hi! Oh, wait. Aren't you... Oh! You're the artist person. From before. Oh. I'm sorry. But I didn't do this last time. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm only sorry if it's not a scam. But that person was a scammer in a previous stream, and I didn't. They left before I could ban them. But I did ban them from the Discord because they were just there to just advertise and shit.
I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defenses said?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir!
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. How I understood. One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned.
Only 30 minutes in. Damn. December 27th, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Okay. Well, that's a good cliffhanger. Not like I'm ending the stream because we haven't even streamed a full hour. Of course, save my progress. I hope they bring the bar back to full again. I don't think... Well, you never know. I can't remember if they've done that in previous trials. They probably have. No. This button. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking? Oh, what was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder.
Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never.
Nick. Yo, how's everyone going? Doing? What'd you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero.
Gotta talk with him.
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Yeah, I'm not laughing. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kinda forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm sorry, I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Shit, my throat. Let me get some hydration so I don't end up. Let me check something. Oh. That's interesting. I'm surprised. Anyways. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with I'm sorry, $38 for a school lunch? What the fuck? Who the fuck pays that much for a school lunch? And if that's actually how school lunch is, fuck that. Pack your own lunch. It's probably cheaper too. Go to Save a Lot or like some dollar-ish kind of like some store that's like cheaper than most of the other ones, but still got good shit. And then make stuff from have your parents make stuff from scratch if you're little, or learn how to make it yourself if you're me. If you were raised like me. Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day, we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. I'm not... Oh my god, the text is going like, okay, wow. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Nah, the teacher probably got sick and tired of hearing all the kids whining and wanted it to settle as quickly as possible. There'd be staff and administration and teachers and stuff sometimes in schools like that that just want problems to go away because they're just so tired. Go over and Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? Oh wait, it was his money. He probably paid like $38 because he wanted like I don't know. I've never heard of. I still can't believe $38 for lunch money. And if that's the case, ouch. No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Why don't you all just shut up? Oh. This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. I don't know what I'm doing with these voices. That's how it happened. After that, 3 of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. I will say something like this actually happened to me what was it? In middle school, I think. It was 7th grade. This happened to me towards the middle of 7th grade, except it didn't have that great of an outcome because I didn't have anybody who stood up for me. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally. See, something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remembered his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to be a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Words. Oops. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Monster Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except, I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It may very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd sell for who? Guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Let's go in order. December 27th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it doesn't sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Mr. Oh, it does sound like the thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but... I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me,
and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook.
That would be Robert Hammond.
On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys.
What's your relationship with Von Karma?
He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of the courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Well, nothing good can come of that. Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent ever.
But that's...
I know. It is possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit.
No kidding. Guess I will move to the next place. Let's go everywhere but the Court Lake. December 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe.